world's number 4 and US Open finalist, Jessica Pegula. Jessica Pegula's in the house, everyone! Jessica, so good to see you. Very business-like performance by you today. How happy are you with your performance?
Yeah, super happy. Obviously, it was a pretty quick. I haven't beaten her actually before. I've lost to her twice last year, so definitely wanted to go out there and get the win and kind of turn that record around a little bit. So I was happy to do that and also to do it in a pretty convincingly way. So I was happy.
You've been playing some amazing tennis with a title last week in Austin. So let's give it up for Jessica there, first title of the year. With the Sunshine Double upon us, how satisfied are you with your tennis right now?
Very, it's always great when you can win a tournament. It's not easy to win these weeks, week in and week out. So definitely to do that, especially here in the U.S., was really nice. It just, always love playing here. It's the best. Feeling like I'm at home is, I feel like where I play my best tennis anyway. So being able to do that and then come into the Sunshine Double is great. It's, one of my favorite times of the year, being able to play here and then Miami. And I live in Florida, so I get to go home after this. And I just love being in the U.S., to be honest. So anytime I can play as much tennis and do well in the U.S. as possible always makes me very happy. But it was really fun week in Austin. Never been there before. I don't know if anyone's from Texas or yeah, I've never been there. It was really fun, and there was a lot of great tennis fans, and I know a lot of them said they were actually coming here, so that was pretty cool to see. Yeah,
and they are here in the house here.
Yeah, I think
I love that, and I would be remiss not to bring this up. I don't want to embarrass you, but I just want to say what a warm heart you have, because I don't know if you guys know this, but Jessica was kind enough to wait for all the finalists at the Austin final and bring her along on her private jet to come to Indian Wells. So amazing. I don't want to embarrass you.
I was talking about this in the last radio interview. No, I was more than happy to. It was fine waiting for them. I don't know, I feel like it's really tough on tour, and so I just always feel like we're competing against each other, we're staying in the same hotels, we're traveling together half the time, practicing with each other in the training room, in the locker room, and so I think sometimes it just goes a long way when you can just be friendly and be like, hey, we're still normal girls. We're not normal, but we still are. And so, sometimes you just need to be nice. And so it goes a long way. And Shuai was so nice, the one player, to write this really cute little Instagram message thanking me and stuff like that. And she's super, super sweet, which is one of the reasons I waited. So, but it's nice when you can get along with, your competition, and I think it goes a long way, and I think we all kind of respect each other in that way, so when you can do something like that, it's always nice.
Well, it's definitely a heart of gold moment for you, for sure, Jessica. Excellent. Jessica, also, it's been 1 year. It's your 1 year anniversary of partnering up with Mark Knowles as coach.
Yes.
That's been working out pretty well for you with the former doubles #1, US Open finals, titles, here and there sprinkled in. Just describe a little bit about your partnership with him and why you think it's been working so well.
Well, definitely, our debut, or this tournament has already gone better than when we debuted, because I think I lost my first match, so definitely are doing better, gotten to know each other obviously a lot more. I'm splitting my time with him and Mark Markland, so I have 2 Marks, Mark squared. They're always like, which Mark is it this week? They're in and out. But no, he's been great, and I think it's just been really nice. Obviously, he was a great player himself, singles and doubles, especially doubles. And we've just been working on a lot of stuff, and he's super positive, super optimistic. Really a lot of energy, all in, wants, us to do the best as possible and leave every kind of stone unturned type of thing. But at the same time, he's really laid back, which is similar to me. So I just think it's been nice learning from some different people and getting different voices, and I've grown, to really enjoy being around both of them. And it's just been a lot of fun kind of changing it up. And I was a little nervous to kind of change, especially so late in my career. I feel like a lot of people were like, why would you did so well, why would you want to change? But I don't know, I'm one of the types of people where I'm like, if you don't change, like, how do you know, like, if it's gonna be good or bad? Like, I just like having the power to make my own decisions. So if it didn't work out, I'd be like, hey, it's on me, but like, it's my decision. So I'm glad I don't have to say that, I guess.
Jessica, you're so successful in tennis, but you're also a businesswoman. You have your own skincare line, and it's really taking off. I know, you post, well, you don't post, but obviously you're doing a lot of work with it. For those of you who don't know about your skincare line, can you just tell us a little bit about it and why you decided to go into it?
Yeah, I have a skincare line called Ready 24. We had a couple booths actually at Charleston and Cincinnati last year. I don't know if anyone bought anything. My sister actually worked the booth for me, and she said everyone just thought that I was her, and they were confused because we look a lot alike. And she's like, if someone tells me that I'm you one more time, I'm like, I'm leaving. I'm like, okay, relax. Yeah, we had a couple tents there. Maybe have a few more at some tournaments this year as well. But just something I started when I was injured for a few years. Way back when, and someone came to me with the opportunity, and I was always really into it, always kind of struggled with my skin. Obviously the skincare industry is huge now, but it's been a really cool kind of learning experience, and it's just something fun to do as well, and kind of just get my brain working in a different way and thinking about stuff after tennis as well. I think for me it's always been super healthy. I don't ever like feeling that it's all tennis all the time. That kind of just stresses me out, and I get too into it, and it's not great. So anytime where I can kind of turn my brain off and use it differently is always really fun. And to me, it's been super healthy as well, and I think it's really helped me on the court. Even though it's something off the court, it's definitely helped, and it's just been, yeah, a really fun learning experience. And hopefully, you guys will buy all of it.
You gotta check it out, Ready 24. As you can see, she's glowing using those products. All right, there's a lot of people here. I'm sure you have questions, so I'm just gonna go to you guys. If you have a question, go for it.
Jessica, how old were you when you started playing tennis, and when did you train at Sea Pines in Hilton?
Oh, wow, yeah. I was, I think probably like 6. Started with like 6 years old, lessons after school. And then my first coach was Billy Stearns, who was at Smith Stearns Tennis Academy at Sea Pines. And he actually came up, my family lived in Wexford, Pennsylvania, so right outside of Pittsburgh. And that's where my sister grew up playing at a club there. And he came up for like clinics or something, and he basically was like, you're really good, do you want to come to Hilton Head? And that's kind of how that all started. And I think we moved down, maybe when I was like 8. Which is kind of crazy to think about, but yeah, I think I was like 8 or 9 when I went down, and was there for a little while. But it was a great experience. Loved being down there. Learned a lot from Billy. He still texts me after every single match, so it's super. And Stan Smith also. Stan Smith, Billy Stearns, and Stan Smith, like the shoe, that Stan Smith, yeah. And they both still text me like literally every single week, so it's really cool.
Yes, the gentleman in the back with the blue hat.
Are you excited about the Josh Allen news?
It's waiting for him, but wait, what's the news? Do you know more than me?
Oh yeah, it just announced it 7 minutes ago. Until 2030.
Oh wow. Yeah. I'm excited. Yeah. You literally know more than I
Through 2030.
do. Okay. He's usually right.
Yeah, but this is the official bill.
Oh, official Bills, but
All right, go Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen.
Yeah, go Bills. Definitely excited about that.
Yes. Yeah. Question is, what's your most memorable match that you've played?
I mean, definitely, well, there's probably a few that range, there's the variations very different, but I would say the first time I qualified for the US Open, because it was the first time I qualified for a slam, I just remember I was like half had heat stroke, was half nervous, had this crazy long match, I was finally able to like win the last round at a slam, which I feel like is one of the hardest things to do. I don't care what level you're at, but like qualifying for a slam is so hard. And so I lost last round a couple different slams, finally qualified, and then actually qualified there again the following year. The only slam actually I qualified at twice. And then I would definitely say the match against Mukova in the semifinals, where I came back from, I was just getting destroyed and somehow came back and I won. That was definitely really a memorable match, just because, you know, there was a lot of mental battles for me going on in that match, and then being able to come back at such a big moment for me in my career was definitely super memorable. And then I would have to say the final too, just purely based on the roof was closed, it was so loud in Ash, and I don't think I'll ever forget like walking out onto Ash, like the place was shaking, it was crazy. So that was definitely very memorable.
All right, one more question. Yes.
Who was your favorite player when you were growing up outside tennis?
Who was your favorite
Favorite
player?
tennis player?
When you were younger, when you started?
Probably, I watched Martina Hingis a lot. I liked watching her, and I liked Mary Pierce. My mom used to read me like their little, I don't know, like autobiography books on them. And so I was always, I don't know why, really drawn to like Martina Hingis. I think because she did so well so young, and I thought that was really cool, which is kind of funny because I didn't really do well till later on in my career, or in older age than tennis is used to. And she was, you know, like 16 and like winning slams. So, but she was definitely someone that was probably my favorite.
Well, age is just a number, Jessica, because look at where you are now. Jessica Pegula, thank you so much for joining us here.